Under the Trump administration, we will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women.
About 30 minutes ago, President Trump signing an executive order barring male athletes from participating in women's sports. Now, my next guest was in the room for that signing. He is Virginia Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin, and he joins us now. Governor, last time we were together, and I'm going to see if I can remember exactly, but you told me that your career average at Rice was it 2 points, in the range of 2 points as a basketball player at Rice, but you made sure to tell me that your career best game was against my Texas Longhorns. So the question is, if I have my stats right, did you ever consider how good you would have been if you just transitioned over to women's basketball?
I have to say, no, Will, I never thought about that. And you know what? Today was one of those moments where the women who have been worried about that, the girls who've been worried about that, no longer have to worry about it. And what is such a clear statement of common sense is that biological men should not play sports with biological women was established as an executive order from the President of the United States today. And he is saving women's sports. And I have to say, in Virginia, we are so excited. Of course, we had a Virginia Tech swimmer who missed out on the finals of her NCAA championship because she came in one below where she could have been otherwise if it had only been women competing. And we've had women's swim teams at Roanoke College who came together and said, no, we are not going to allow a biological male in our locker rooms and in the pool with us to compete. This is a big moment for America because women's sports are protected by Title IX. Women's sports are part of our national ethos, and now they're going to be protected. And I saw so many young girls standing on the stage today smiling because they know that they get to pour their heart into their passion, and they get to compete, and they get to compete against other girls.
I love when it's dismissed as it's only a few transgender athletes. I thought this was the same people that suggested injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. And yet here we have, as you point out, multiple examples of women subjected to these types of injustices. And for the record, Governor Youngkin's a hell of an athlete, and I could never, would never take him on the court. He'd dunk on me and score 30. He would be Luka Doncic in the Will versus Glenn matchup. Okay, Governor, though, in that room, President Trump also brought up doing away with the DOE. He said we might need to look at phasing it out under Linda McMahon. That would turn over power to you, to the states, to have further influence and control over your education. Is that something you want in Virginia?
Yeah, we have always thought that the states are far better prepared to teach the kids, to administer the schools, and to have high expectations. And it's one of the very, very strong attributes that I brought into Virginia when I became governor was raising expectations in our schools to excellence, to make sure that we are standing for those key educational values. We're holding our schools accountable through a new accountability system to make sure that our children are learning. And most importantly, that we allow the schools to do what they do best, which is teach children and not have the federal government constantly tinkering and dictating how best to educate kids. I think this is a big step. I look forward to working with the White House and the new Department of Education to make sure that we're able to get the best for our children. You know, in Virginia, we came in and said, hey, first of all, parents matter. We're going to have expectations of excellence. And finally, we're going to make sure that schools are being held accountable with transparency in delivering. And this is exactly what we've been doing. And having a partner in the federal government is going to be incredibly helpful to deliver for Virginia students so they can get the best education possible.
There is no doubt you led the way on these educational issues in the state of Virginia. It's what helped bring you into office, and you helped lead the way now, culminating in what we saw today from the White House. Governor Youngkin, always good to see you. You're always welcome here. Not welcome to see you on the basketball court.